In the heart of Canaan, a young shepherd named Joseph tended his father's flocks. He was a diligent and hard-working young man, always ensuring the safety and well-being of the sheep. His days were filled with the simplicity of pastoral life, yet his mind often wandered to dreams far beyond the fields. Joseph, with his coat of many colors, was clearly loved by his father Jacob. This coat was not just a garment, it was a symbol of Jacob's deep affection and favoritism towards Joseph, setting him apart from his brothers. This favoritism, however, ignited jealousy in the hearts of his brothers. They couldn't understand why Joseph was given such special treatment, and their envy grew with each passing day, turning into a simmering resentment. Joseph, you see, was a dreamer. He dreamt of greatness, of sheaves bowing before him, of the sun, moon, and stars aligning in his favor. These dreams were vivid and filled with symbolism, hinting at a future where he would rise above his current circumstances. "Listen to this dream I had," he told his brothers one day. Big mistake. His excitement was met with scorn and disbelief. They saw his dreams as arrogance, a sign that he thought himself better than them. These dreams, though ordained by God, would lead him down a path of hardship and adversity. Joseph's journey was not going to be easy. It was fraught with challenges that would test his faith and resilience. Little did Joseph know his trials were about to begin. Betrayed by his own flesh and blood, he was sold into slavery, a fate that seemed to shatter his dreams. But amidst those challenges, his faith would be like a burning torch, illuminating even the darkest of nights. Joseph held on to his belief in God's plan, trusting that there was a purpose behind his suffering. This is the story of Joseph, a testament to God's unwavering faithfulness, even in the face of unimaginable adversity. His life serves as a powerful reminder that faith can sustain us through the most difficult times. It reminds us that even when life throws us into the deepest pits, God is always there, working behind the scenes to orchestrate our ultimate triumph. Joseph's story is one of hope, resilience, and the incredible power of faith. Jacob, the patriarch, loved Joseph dearly. He was the son of his old age, and this special bond was evident to everyone around them. He showered him with affection, a beautiful coat being the most visible symbol of his love. This coat was not just a garment, it was a declaration of Jacob's deep affection and favoritism. This favoritism, however, bred resentment in the hearts of Joseph's brothers. They could not understand why their father loved Joseph more than them. They saw his dreams as a threat, a sign that he would one day rule over them. Joseph's dreams of greatness only fueled their jealousy and anger. "Are you really going to reign over us?" they scoffed, their hearts turning cold with envy. The idea of bowing down to their younger brother was unbearable. The seeds of jealousy had been sown, and they were about to bear bitter, bitter fruit. Their envy began to cloud their judgment and poison their hearts. These brothers, consumed by their jealousy, failed to see Joseph's heart. They were blinded by their own insecurities and fears. They didn't see his love for them, his loyalty to his family. Joseph's intentions were pure, but his brothers could not see past their envy. Their envy blinded them to the truth that God had chosen Joseph for a special purpose, a purpose that was meant to bring salvation and hope, a purpose far greater than any of them could have ever imagined. Joseph's journey was just beginning, and it would change their lives forever. One day, as Joseph tended the flocks, his brothers saw their chance. They seized him, tore off his beloved coat, and threw him into a dry, empty well. The depths of their cruelty knew no bounds. "What are we going to do with him?" one brother asked. Their hearts, hardened by jealousy, chose a path of unimaginable cruelty. As fate would have it, a caravan of Ishmaelite traders passed by. The brothers, seeing an opportunity to profit from their evil, sold Joseph into slavery. Imagine the despair in Joseph's heart as he was carried away, his dreams seemingly shattered, his family lost. Little did he know this was just the beginning of his incredible journey. Joseph, now a slave in Egypt, found himself in the house of Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh. Despite the injustice he faced, Joseph remained faithful. He worked diligently, his spirit unbroken. His integrity and hard work did not go unnoticed. Potiphar, recognizing Joseph's character, promoted him to a position of authority. He became the overseer of Potiphar's entire household. Genesis 39 verse 4 tells us, "And Joseph found grace in his sight, and he served him, and he made him overseer over his house, and all that he had he put into his hand." Joseph's resilience, his spirit of excellence, shone through even in the darkest of times. Section 5. Tested by fire. Joseph's life took another turn when he was falsely accused by Potiphar's wife. She attempted to seduce him, and when he refused, she cried foul, leading to his unjust imprisonment. Imagine the anguish, the feeling of betrayal. Yet even in prison, Joseph's spirit refused to be broken. He remained faithful to God, holding on to the belief that even in this darkness, God had a plan. The Lord was with Joseph and showed him mercy. Genesis chapter 39 verse 21 tells us, his faith was his shield, his unwavering belief in God was his strength. Section 6. The language of dreams. In prison, Joseph encountered two fellow inmates, Pharaoh's cupbearer and baker. Both had vivid dreams that troubled them. Joseph, touched by God, possessed the gift of dream interpretation. He listened to their dreams and provided them with their true meanings. To the cupbearer he promised restoration to his former position. To the baker he foretold a grim fate. Joseph's ability to interpret dreams was not merely a skill, it was a gift from God, a tool that would be instrumental in his rise to power. Section 7. From prison to palace. Pharaoh himself had a series of disturbing dreams. None of his wise men could interpret them. It was then that the cupbearer remembered Joseph. He told Pharaoh about the young man in prison who could interpret dreams. Joseph was summoned, and he stood before Pharaoh, ready to unravel the mysteries of the king's dreams. "It is not in me," Joseph said humbly. "God shall give Pharaoh an answer of peace." And so he did. Joseph, guided by God, interpreted Pharaoh's dreams, revealing 7 years of abundance followed by 7 years of famine. Pharaoh, impressed by Joseph's wisdom, appointed him as his second in command. The one who was once a slave was now the most powerful man in Egypt, next to Pharaoh himself. Section 8. Forgiveness and Redemption. The famine that ravaged the land reached Canaan, where Joseph's brothers resided. The once fertile land had turned into a desolate wasteland, leaving the people desperate and hungry. They traveled to Egypt in search of food, unaware that the powerful governor they stood before was their long-lost brother. The journey was long and arduous, filled with uncertainty and fear of the unknown. Joseph recognized them immediately, but they did not recognize him. His heart raced as he saw the faces of those who had betrayed him so many years ago. He tested them, his heart heavy with the weight of their past actions. He needed to know if they had changed, if they were truly remorseful for what they had done. In a moment filled with raw emotion, Joseph revealed his true identity. The shock and disbelief on their faces were palpable, as they realized the brother they had wronged was now their savior. The brothers were filled with remorse, but Joseph, instead of seeking revenge, offered them forgiveness. His heart was filled with compassion, understanding that their actions had led to a greater purpose. "Fear not," he said to his brothers, "for am I in the place of God?" His words were a balm to their wounded souls, offering them a chance at redemption. "But as for you, ye thought evil against me, but God meant it unto good." Joseph's faith in God's plan was unwavering, seeing the bigger picture beyond his personal suffering. Joseph's life, marked by betrayal, hardship, and eventual triumph, teaches us about the power of forgiveness, the importance of integrity, and the unwavering faithfulness of God. His journey from a pit to a palace is a testament to resilience and divine providence. Joseph's story is an inspiration to us all. It shows that no matter how dire our circumstances, there is always hope and a path to redemption. It reminds us that, even in the darkest of times, God is with us. His presence is a constant source of strength and comfort, guiding us through our trials. He can turn our pain into purpose, our trials into triumphs. Every challenge we face is an opportunity for growth and transformation. Just like Joseph, we may face challenges and adversity, but let us remember that God is always working behind the scenes, orchestrating our ultimate victory. Our faith and perseverance will lead us to a place of peace and fulfillment.